doctor said just give it time. I've heard those words for years. They sounded good on paper, but never reached my fears. Sunday morning found me singing, Monday found me on my knees, wondering why the same old battles still refuse to leave. I believed you saved me, I believed your cross, but somewhere in the waiting I thought I'd still be lost. Then I found a man in Bethsaida, standing where I'd stood before. He met the hands of Jesus, yet needed something more. Sometimes heaven heals a little at a time. One faithful step, one day, 1 mile. The hand that touched me yesterday is holding me today. After that he put his hands again. Those words became my hope. The one who starts a miracle will never let it go. My story isn't finished, my faith has learned to trust. Sometimes God's greatest mercy is the second touch. The mirror didn't look much different, the mountain hadn't moved, the question still surrounded me, but now I knew the truth. Seeds don't break the earth in daylight, roots grow deeper out of sight. Maybe God was changing me before he changed my life. Then these words became my anchor. He which hath begun a good work in you will perform it. So I stopped counting answers and started counting grace. Sometimes heaven heals a little at a time. One faithful step, one day, 1 mile. The hand that touched me yesterday is holding me today. After that he put his hands again. Those words became my hope. The one who starts a miracle will never let it go. My story isn't finished, my faith has learned to trust. Sometimes God's greatest mercy is the second touch. I used to think that waiting meant you'd forgotten me. Now I know the silence was shaping what I'd be. I had fainted unless I had believed. So I'll keep walking forward even when I cannot see, because the same hands that open blinded eyes are still reaching, still working, still touching lives. Oh, sometimes heaven heals a little at a time. One faithful step, one day, 1 mile. The hand that called my weary heart will never say goodbye. After that he touched those eyes again, until the world was clear. And every day I live becomes another miracle. The road is getting brighter, the shadows disappear. He never left me halfway. The second touch was simply proof my Savior was still here. If today your world still looks like walking trees, stay near the Master's hands. He always finishes what he begins. He begins. There was a picture on the dresser with a smile from years ago, before the walls came falling down, before he lost what he knew. A single night changed everything. A phone call changed his plans. The dreams he spent a lifetime building fell like ashes through his hands. He learned how to live unnoticed, how to stay out of the way. He carried every broken piece like a debt he had to pay. He stopped believing in tomorrow, stopped expecting anything. He thought his name was only failure, not a child of the King. The world saw all his weakness, every scar and every flaw, but heaven saw a story that mercy had not lost. Then someone told him of a kingdom, of a king who knew his name, a love that crossed the distance just to bring him home again. He thought the door would close behind him.
He thought the door would close behind him.
He thought he'd be turned away.
He thought he'd be turned away.
But grace was already waiting.
Before he heard his name.
Before he heard his name. He was broken,
Not forgotten.
wounded but never unseen. The King was looking for him before he ever believed. He wasn't called to the table because he had earned a place. He was welcomed by mercy, covered by amazing grace. From the valley of his sorrow to the Father's open arms, he learned that what was broken could still be held by God. He was broken,
But not forgotten.
There was a man in ancient Israel, living far from the throne, carrying the weight of a childhood wound, believing he was alone. But David sent a message, come and sit beside the King, not because of what he could offer, but because of a covenant. And I hear my Savior calling through the years and through the pain. Come and leave your shame behind you. You don't have to hide again. I spent so many years believing I was only what I lost, but Jesus found me in my hiding and reminded me of the cross. The King did not deny my weakness. He did not turn away. He saw me in my brokenness and still prepared a place. For I will surely shew kindness unto thee. That promise still remains. I was broken,
not forgotten,
lost but never out of sight. The hands that formed creation were reaching through my darkest night. I was invited to the table, not because of who I was, but because the King remembered the promise made in love. And every scar tells a story of the mercy that carried me on. What the world called worthless, the Father called His own. I was broken,
but not forgotten.
somewhere beyond the shadows, the King still knows your name. You may be far from the palace, but you are not far from grace. The suitcase sat beside the doorway, packed with everything he owned. A young man chasing distant dreams, trying to make a name alone. He told himself he needed freedom, said he had to find his way. But every mile that took him farther left another piece of him away. The lights were bright in that new city, but they never warmed his soul. He found out empty promises can leave a heart more broken than before. Years passed like unanswered prayers, and pride became a heavy chain. He remembered Sunday mornings and the sound of his father's name. He wondered if the door was locked, if mercy had run dry. He rehearsed 1,000 apologies with every tear he cried. He didn't know the Father watched the road he'd walked alone. He didn't know the arms of grace were reaching for him home. He came back with his head bowed low, with nothing left to prove. But before he could say a word, love was already moving. He was running home to mercy, back to where forgiveness lived, carrying all his failures, but finding grace was bigger than his sins. The Father wasn't standing waiting with a list of what he'd done. He was standing with compassion, calling him his son. And the heart that thought it wandered too far to be restored found out heaven had been waiting with an open door. He was running home, home to mercy. There was a story Jesus told about a son who walked away. He traded home for distant lands and wasted all his days. But when he finally turned around, the Father saw him coming near. Before the son could speak the words, the Father's love was there. And I hear that same invitation when my own regrets appear. Come unto me, all ye that labor. The Savior still draws near. I thought I had to earn my way back. I thought I had to pay the cost. But mercy wrote a different ending, where grace restored what I had lost. The cross became my doorway, the blood became my plea. The Son who left the glory of heaven came running after me. I was running home to mercy, back to the Father's open arms, leaving behind the chains that held me, finding refuge from the storm. The Father wasn't counting failures, He was celebrating life. The one who called me out of darkness was restoring me tonight. And every road I thought was wasted, every tear I thought was lost, was leading me to mercy that was waiting at the cross. I was running home to mercy,
home to mercy.
no matter how far you've wandered, no matter where you've been, the Father still sees you coming, and mercy runs to meet you. The account showed a balance that was smaller than her prayers. Bills were stacked upon the table, and worry filled the air. She had spent her strength surviving, spent her tears along the way. She wondered if her little could matter anyway. She looked at all the people who had more than she could give. Then she whispered through the silence, Lord, teach my heart to trust and live. The world applauds the treasures that can shine for everyone. It counts the size of offerings and the victories we've won. But Jesus sees the places nobody else can see. He knows the quiet sacrifice that costs your dignity. A woman walked into the temple with only 2 small coins. She had no wealth to place before Him, only faith in God's hands. She thought she brought so little. He saw a heart surrendered. She thought her hands were empty. He saw a gift of love. I came with empty hands, Lord, with nothing left to prove. No riches I could bring you, no perfect life to show you. But you don't measure blessings by what the world can see. You look upon the heart, Lord, and call it enough for thee. The little that I offer, the pieces I still have, become a place for miracles when they're held within your hands. I came with empty hands. You filled them with grace. remember what you noticed inside the temple that day. Others gave from their abundance, but she gave another way. You said she gave more completely than all the gifts before, because love is not the amount we carry, it's the surrender of the heart. I spent my life believing I had nothing you could use. I compared my broken pieces to the gifts of someone new. But the cross became the answer to every doubt I had. The Savior gave His everything with wounded open hands. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. You have always known my heart. I came with empty hands, Lord, but you were never asking gold. You were looking for surrender, for a heart willing to be whole. The little that I bring you can become more than enough. The hands that feel unworthy are the hands you choose to touch. So take these empty hands, Lord, take every broken part, because the greatest offering is a surrendered heart. I came with empty hands. You filled them with life. Fine with empty hands, Lord, but you were never asking gold. You were looking for surrender, for a heart willing to be whole. The little that I bring you can become more than enough. The hands that feel unworthy are the hands you choose to touch. So take these empty hands, Lord, take every broken part, because the greatest offering is a surrendered heart. I came with empty hands, and you filled them with grace. She had learned the quiet places, the road nobody would take, a life built around questions and the choices she couldn't erase. She carried old conversations, the kind that follow you home, searching for something lasting and things that left her alone. She thought she knew what she needed, a little more time, a little more peace. But every answer she reached for left another emptiness. The day looked ordinary, just another moment passing by. A stranger sat beside a well underneath a desert sky. He spoke about living water, about a thirst no world could fill. He knew every chapter, yet he loved her deeper still. She asked about the future, he spoke into her past, not to bring condemnation, but to show a love that lasts. She came carrying her questions, she came carrying her shame, but the one who knew her story still called her by her name. She found a well she never saw, a river flowing through her soul, a love deeper than her failings, a grace that made her whole. The world had counted every mistake, Jesus counted every tear. He was not afraid of her yesterday, he was already waiting here. She came looking for water, but found the living one. The well she never saw was the mercy of the Son. A woman left the village with a message on her tongue, the same heart that hid in silence was now telling everyone. She said, come and see a man which told me all things that ever I did. The shame that once defined her was no longer who she was. The Savior who revealed her weakness also revealed His love. I spend my years searching for things that could not stay. I built my own wells in the desert and watched them fade away. But Jesus met me in my wilderness. He offered something new, not a temporary answer, but a life made whole in you. If thou knewest the gift of God, I would have asked, and He would have given me living water. I found a well I never saw, a mercy waiting in the sand. The Savior knew my broken story and still reached out His hands. The past I tried to bury became a place of grace. The tears I thought would mark me were washed away by love's embrace. I came searching for an answer, but found the Father's Son. The well I never saw was where my healing had begun. Some wells leave you thirsty, some promises fade away, but the water Jesus gives will never pass away. Paper sat upon the table, a signature away from peace. One simple compromise could make the pressure finally cease. Everyone around him told him, just give a little ground. Nobody will ever notice, nobody will ever know. But something deeper than his comfort was calling him to stand. He knew the cost of following Christ was worth the weight he had to carry. night became a season of questions and of doubt. He wondered if his faithfulness was the reason doors closed down. He prayed for God to change it, to take the flames away. But heaven answered differently and gave him strength to stay. He opened up the scriptures to a story from long ago about 3 faithful servants who refused to bow before the throne of gold. They walked into the fire with nothing left to prove, but the king was already waiting in the place they thought they'd lose. After the fire, after the smoke cleared away, he found that the Savior had never left his side that day. The flames could not consume him, the trial could not erase the promise of a God who walks with his children through the flames. He thought he was standing alone, but heaven had come near after the fire. He found Jesus standing there. The king looked into the furnace and could hardly believe his eyes. The men he sent were 3 before him, but a 4th was by their side. No chains could hold their freedom, no fire could steal their song. The God who met them in the furnace was the God who made them strong. I wanted you to save me by keeping storms away. I wanted faith without the battle, a victory without the pain. But you were building something in me that comfort could not create. The fire did not change your promise, it only showed your faithfulness. For he has said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee. Your presence was enough. After the fire, after the hardest night, I saw the hands of Jesus holding me through every fight. The flames that came to break me became the place I learned that the God who walks beside me is the God who sees me through. I may not understand it, I may not know the way, but I know the Savior with me will never walk away. After the fire, I found I was never alone. The fire had an ending, the faithfulness of God did not. And the one who walked beside me was there before it began. He knew the sound of whispers, the kind that followed him around. A name that carried judgment every time he came to town. He had money in his pockets, but a loneliness inside. The crowds could see his choices, but nobody saw his life. He climbed above the people just to catch a glimpse that day, never thinking heaven's Savior would stop and call his name. Jesus looked into the branches, past the reputation and the shame. He saw a man beneath the labels, not just a sinner with a name. The crowd expected judgment, they expected words of blame. But mercy spoke a different language, and love called him down again. He thought he was only watching from a distance far away, but the king was already searching for a heart he could reclaim. I never thought I'd have a seat at the king's table. I thought my past had written everything my future would be, but Jesus saw beyond my failures, beyond the things I had done. He came to seek and save the lost ones. He came looking for someone like me, not because I was deserving, not because I had enough. I was welcomed by his mercy, I was chosen by his love. I found a seat at the king's table. A man named Zacchaeus learned what grace could truly do. The same hands that reached the broken made his old life brand new. He gave back what he had taken. He opened up his heart. A meeting with the Savior became a brand new start. The world remembered his failures, Jesus remembered his soul. The one who knew his every weakness was the one who made him whole. I spent so many years believing I had to earn my way inside. I thought the door of heaven was only open for the right, but the cross became the doorway. The blood became the plea. The king prepared a place for sinners just like me, for the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which was lost, and I was the one he came to find. I never thought I'd have a seat at the king's table. I was hiding from the world, was calling out my name. The scars I tried to cover could not keep His love away. The Savior who forgave me gave me more than I could take. Now I live inside the promise that grace has made me new. I was lost, but I was found. I was broken, but made whole. I have a seat at the King's table. The world may count your failures. The Savior calls your name. The King still sets the table for our hearts that come by grace. The room was full of voices, but he only heard the doubt. Every dream he ever carried had a reason to back out. The safest road was calling, the familiar felt like home. But deep inside his spirit, he knew he could not stay alone. He prayed for God to open doors, then trembled at the thought. Sometimes the answer to a prayer is a step you never thought you'd walk. The fishermen were fighting waves in the middle of the night. The wind was pushing against them. The darkness hid the light. A figure came across the water, and fear began to rise. But Jesus spoke above the storm, "Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid." The waves were still around him, the fear was still inside. But one word from the Savior was enough to step outside. On the other side of fear is a place I've never known, a place where faith remembers I'm never walking alone. The water may be rising, the wind may call my name, but the voice that called me forward is stronger than the waves. I may not see the ending, I may not know the road, but if Jesus is beside me, I can follow where he goes. On the other side of fear, I found the hand of God. Peter left the safety of the boat beneath his feet. He found that faith was stronger than the storm he had to meet. But for a moment he remembered the waves beneath his eyes, and sinking in the water, he reached toward the skies. The hand of Jesus caught him, the Savior brought him near, not because he never doubted, but because Christ was there. I thought courage meant that I would never feel afraid. I thought faith meant that questions disappeared. But Jesus never promised a life without the storm. He promised He would hold me and carry me through the fear. O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? Those words still call me home. On the other side of fear is the faith I couldn't see, the place where I discovered what Jesus meant to me. The storm did not destroy me, the waves did not decide. The one who called me from the boat was standing by my side. So I will keep on walking even when the night is long, because the voice that called me forward will lead me safely home. On the other side of fear is where I found my faith. Whoa. The water may be deep, the storm may be loud, but Jesus is still calling. Step out. Step out. The diagnosis changed the calendar. The plans had to slow down. A dream that once felt certain was suddenly on shaky ground. She prayed for something different. She begged the Lord to move. She wondered why a faithful heart still had a mountain to go through. She believed in God's power. She believed He could restore. But heaven seemed to answer with a grace she never asked for. She carried a hidden burden most people never knew. She smiled through conversations while fighting battles too. The world admired perfection, it celebrated the strong, but Jesus saw the places where she struggled all along. She opened up the scriptures to a servant who had learned that weakness was not failure. It was where God's strength appeared. Paul asked 3 times for freedom. He waited for the answer to come. Then heaven gave a promise that was greater than the one he saw. I asked you to take my thorn away. You taught me how to stand. I wanted a different story. You placed it in your hands. The weakness I was hiding became the place you moved. The broken parts I questioned became the proof of you. Your grace is still sufficient. Your power still remains. My thorn may still be with me, but I'm not the same, because my weakness has become your strength. Changed the world, still carried something hard to bear. He prayed for it to disappear, but found a Savior waiting there. The Lord did not abandon him. The answer was not no. was a deeper revelation of the grace that helped him grow. My grace is sufficient for thee. Those words became his song. The thing he thought would break him was where he became strong. I used to measure blessings by the troubles you removed. I thought that being faithful meant I would never lose. But the cross showed me a Savior who carried wounds for me. The King who wore my suffering is the one who strengthens me. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities. For when I am weak, then am I strong. I asked you to take my thorn away. You gave me something more, a faith that doesn't crumble when I cannot see the shore. The weakness I once feared became a place of grace. The struggle I was carrying revealed your mighty name. Your grace is still sufficient. Your love will always stay. My thorn may tell my story, but Jesus has the final say. Because my weakness has become your strength.
The thorn was never greater than the hands that held my life. The grace of Christ is stronger
than the weakness I call mine. The photograph was fading on the shelf beside the door, a reminder of the seasons that would never come again. She carried silent memories of the people she had lost, questions without answers, and prayers that carried cost. She wondered if the broken pieces could ever find their place. She wondered if tomorrow could hold a different kind of grace. The years had left their markings, the scars had stories too. Some roads were never easy, some nights felt endless through. But somewhere in the waiting, a promise held her near. A Savior who walked with her was greater than her fear. She opened up the pages written by the hand of John, a glimpse of something glorious that was waiting up beyond. A voice spoke through the ages, a promise from the throne. Behold, I make all things new. And heaven called her home. He makes all things new, every tear, every scar, every broken dream. The hands that form creation are still restoring me. The pain will not be forever, the night will
started my story will finish it completely. He makes all things new. John saw the holy city coming down from God above, a place where death was conquered and everything was filled with love. He heard the voice from heaven, God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. No more sorrow, no more crying, no more darkness in the night. The Lamb upon the throne had made the final victory known. I used to think redemption meant getting back what I had lost, but Jesus showed me something through the power of the cross. He does not just restore the pieces of the life I used to know. He creates a new beginning that only grace could show. Behold, I make all things new. Those words are my tomorrow. Those words are why I stand. He makes all things new. Every tear, every scar, every broken dream. The cross has written mercy across the pages of my story. The grave could not defeat him, the darkness could not win. The King who rose in glory will make all things new again. So I will keep believing, I will keep holding on. The same hands that saved me will lead me safely home. And every heart that's broken will finally see the truth, the promise of the Savior. He makes all things new. Oh, the old things have passed away, a new day has begun. The story is not ending, it is being made.